Hey Eurovision fans, it's Tom coming to you from Shanghai and back for another Eurovision reaction video. Today I'm going to be listening to Czechia's song for Eurovision 2021. This song is by Cristo and it's called Omaga. I'm going to listen, react and see how this could do in Eurovision 2021. So let's kiki. As always, you can use the progress bar if you want to skip to a certain part of the video. I'm going to do a first listen, a second listen, and then talk about the song's chances in Eurovision 2021. But first of all, as always, I'm going to talk a little bit about Czechia in the competition. So I'm a big fan of Czechia, as you probably know if you have been on the channel before. Since they came back into the competition in 2015, they've been one of my low-key favorite countries. They've been in my top 10 twice in those 6 years. Second in 2015, third in 2016. And last year, Cristo was my number 11. What's that word? What's that word? Fuck. It's a double syllable word. What is that word? What is that word? It's killing me. Caveat. If I only remember the word, it was caveat. Slight caveat to that is that the majority of my favorite songs from the national finals didn't make it last year. So if all of this had made it, he probably would have been my 18th to 20th. Having said that, if all my favorites would have gone last year, We All Poop, All the Blood would have gone instead. I really enjoyed Czechia's national final last year. I thought it was super high quality, a little bit tainted by slightly dodgy point scoring system. I hope they do come back with that national final again next year and have a better system and also a slightly slick, not slightly slicker, like a billion times slicker. Their national final, it looked like a PowerPoint presentation in a bar. Cristo was my second favorite in that, and I really liked how open he was after release the song. He was really open to criticism and doing a revamp. The revamp was a massive flop. I think eventually they went back to the original version, which was much better. I do think of him as a singer-songwriter, so I probably have slightly higher expectations than, for example, someone like Eden Adele, who isn't a songwriter, she's a singer. So whereas she's kind of like at the mercy of what songwriters write for her, Benny has had time to write this for a year. So I'm hoping he comes with something strong, because really he's had enough time to write it. Czechia are on a 2 qualification streak. Actually, both those qualifications were in the top 3 as well. So they definitely want to keep that up. They qualified 3 of the last 5 years. Starting to earn 3 of the last 4 years as well. Starting to earn a little bit of reputation as high quality entrants. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. They're in the second semi-final as well, so definitely a good opportunity to extend that qualification streak. The song is called Omaga. It's only had 89,000 views, which I think is quite small. I only know one thing about this song, and that Omaga is meant to be a play on Oh My God. Other than that, I know absolutely nothing. But I'm excited about this. This is one of our first songs that we're getting. This is Cristo, Omaga 1, and I'm my secret bang. Come on, Benny. You can do it, buddy. Wow. Ooh. Oh. Oh, this looks like an expensive music video. Why don't you come over and have it? Why don't you let me have it? Oh, I did a lot of dumb a lot of things I wish I didn't. I like that he's bringing a different vibe. Ooh. I like that. I'm already getting this is going to be his own style. There's very rich production here. Okay, chorus pretty good. Wow, this is very it's quite different and unique. I like he's doing a bit of a sense of humor here as well. There's a lot of ideas in here. Is that a bit of Czech? Great, I love the energy on this. This is really fresh sounding. I just love the fact he's bringing something a little bit different. I like the humor in the video. I hope it doesn't bring humor to the performance though. Unless it works. If you can pull it off, fair play to him. But he's bringing these cool visuals as well. This is a very different Benny from Kamama. Obviously the subject matter is quite different. The melody isn't like incredibly strong, but it's really like the feeling vibe it gives you is really uplifting and positive. Like it's easy to process that this is happy, buzzy, bumpy. Is this a new girl? He's moving on to the next girl already.
Oh my God, why don't you let me?
Wow, there were some really cool visuals in that. That was nice, and it felt like a kind of expensive video, like they put a lot of thought and effort into that. Okay, my first impression is really positive. It's not got a very obvious, simple, hooky melody to it, but it gives like a feeling vibe quite immediately, and it was really easy for me to take it and go, wow, this is fun, and lots of energy and colors, and it wasn't full of one of the reasons I like Benny last year and I like him now with this song as well is that he isn't a Eurovision artist and he isn't a typical Eurovision entrant. He is like, I get a lot of authenticity from him, and I like that he's just bringing this very different style, which I think is going to appeal to a mainstream. It does remind me a little bit of the same vibe that Miklas Joseph brought, which was this kind of like cool young guy, different pop, which we don't really get too much, because really when we do get young guys, most of the time they're singing kind of generic ballads or man bops. Whereas this is like, I don't know, it just feels really like his thing that he's delivering. Like, I'm not saying it's like absolutely groundbreakingly amazing. Like, again, the melody didn't really strike me as incredible, but I just had a smile on my face for most of it, I think, I hope. I'll watch back and see what it is. Obviously, I couldn't see myself. Just the energy it gave from me was just what I want, and I do think that upbeat songs do stand out if they're successful, because it's harder to make an upbeat song not sound cheesy or cheap or something like that, and it is harder to get jury votes from upbeat songs as well. It's much easier to get jury votes from a sad, emotional song, because it's a cheap way to get some kind of emotional browning points. But look, I really, really, really like that so far. I'm going to go in for a second listen and see what else I'm feeling on the second listen. This has got so many different levels. Okay, really, really interesting. Okay, I really, really enjoy it. Okay, I've got a positive and a negative. The positive is it's really fun, and I had no problem sitting through the first 3 minutes, and I had no problem sitting through, and I would happily watch that performance again. Plus, I'm really looking forward to his performance, and I know that he's going to bring something firm and full of energy. I didn't know he had that side where he had a bit of humor and kind of some acting as well, and it looks very believable and high quality. The negative I'll add on to that is that I don't want to download this instantly. I've no problem listening to it and watching it, but I don't have an instant urge to go and download it. Is that super important? Kind of, but on the flip side, is it more important that I want to see the performance, because that's what people will be reacting to? So the visual element for me is really, really, really rich. That video is kind of thought out and expensive and a lot of ideas, and it seems like they're brimming with ideas as opposed to scraping to come up with anything. Yeah, this song is just, I just like that it's got that mainstream, it's got a mainstream vibe. It doesn't feel, it's a little bit un-Eurovision-y, and that's good in a way, because you do want to have some appeal for mainstream viewers. Let's go to the odds first. So we're going to have a look at the odds on Eurovision World. Okay, it's staying at 30th. Okay, that's pretty harsh, I would say. So yeah, no change in its odds position. Wow, okay, actually, Betfair Exchange is putting it 4th last. I don't know, I think that might be a little bit harsh. You know, these songs which aren't so quintessentially Eurovision can sometimes surprise. Like, I'm not making a direct comparison, but do you remember Georgia and Lolita's in 2016, which was bottom of the odds for a long time and did have quite an alternative, different feel, and ended up qualifying and coming, I think, 16th or 17th or something like that. So every once in a while we do have these songs which, I don't know, I think 38th, 39th is a bit extreme. Having said that, I don't want to download it, but I do just feel like a lot of people in the mainstream will really love the energy of this and will like the accessibility. Okay, now let's go to the community. This is still 6th with the community. It's only been out a day though, so that's not a bad amount of points. And he's already gone above Albania, which has been out for almost 6 weeks. And it looks like he's going to overtake Israel and probably overtake Croatia as well. So I probably would guess when things settle, he'll be in 4th out of the 7 so far. That seems pretty appropriate to me. Overall, I'm happy. I'm always happy when there's some upbeat songs added to the competition and something a little bit different. For me, this is, before looking at the odds on the community, I would have said this was a safe qualifier from semi-final number 2. Now I'm a little bit like, maybe it's going to be borderline. I think it's going to be elevated by him and the performance. I haven't seen him perform live, but I'm guessing from the music video that he is going to bring a lot of energy and spunk. And I just think an energetic, spunky male with a non-ballad or non-man bop is going to stand out because there really aren't that many. He's got Tourniquet from Georgia, but Tourniquet is going to be singing kind of like a rocky song. He's got Vincent Bueno, but Vincent Bueno is going to be doing Justin Bieber pop. So yeah, I think he's going to stand out and going to kind of like own a market. So I'm still going with an early guess that this probably will qualify. Anyway, that's what I think about Benny Cristo representing Czechia. What do you think about Omaga? Please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in another Eurovision reaction video very soon. Goodbye.